Management by Cherie Barnes. Some definitions of management. Management is getting work done through others. Management coordinates the efforts of people to accomplish goals and objectives using available resources efficiently and effectively. Management functions. Planning involves determining organizational goals and a means for achieving them. Organizing is deciding where decisions will be made, who will do what jobs and tasks, and who will work for whom in the company. Leading involves inspiring and motivating workers to work hard to achieve organizational goals. Controlling is maintaining progress towards goal achievement and taking corrective action when progress isn't being made. Not all managerial jobs are the same. The demands and requirements placed on each one are different. Top managers are executives responsible for the overall direction of the organization. They are responsible for creating a context for change, creating employee buy-in, and must create a positive organizational culture through language and action. Middle managers are responsible for setting objectives consistent with top management goals and for planning and implementing subunit strategies for achieving these objectives. First line managers train and supervise the performance of non-managerial employees who are directly responsible for producing the company's products or services. Team leaders are managers responsible for facilitating team activities towards goal accomplishments. All managers engage in planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. If you was to follow them around during a typical day on the job, you would not use these terms to describe what they actually do. Managers fulfill three major roles: interpersonal roles, informational roles, and decisionary roles that can be subdivided into 10 sub-roles. In fulfilling the interpersonal role of management, managers perform three sub-roles: figurehead, leader, and liaison. Figurehead role is where managers perform ceremonial duties like greeting company visitors, speaking at the opening of a new facility, or representing the company at a community luncheon to support local charities. Leader role is where managers motivate and encourage workers to accomplish organizational objectives. Liaison role is when managers deal with people outside their units. Not only do managers spend most of their time face-to-face contact with others, they spend much of it obtaining and sharing information. Here are three informational sub-roles. Monitor roles, where managers scan their environment for information. Disseminator role is when managers share information they have collected with their subordinates and others in the company. And the spokesperson role is when the managers share information with people outside their departments or companies. Decisionary roles is obtaining and sharing information with people inside and outside of the company is useful to managers because it helps them make good decisions. Managers engage in four decisionary sub-roles. Entrepreneur role, which is where managers adapt themselves, their subordinates, and their units to change. Disturbance handler role is where managers respond to pressures, problems so severe that they demand immediate attention and action. Resource allocator role is where managers decide who will get what resources and how many resources they will get. Negotiator role is where managers negotiate schedules, projects, goals, outcomes, resources, and employee raises. When companies look for employees who will be good managers, they look for individuals who have these four skills. Technical skills are the specialized procedures, techniques, and knowledge required to get the job done. Human skills, which is the ability to work well with others. Conceptual skills, which is the ability to see the organization as a whole, understand the different parts affect each other, and recognize how the company fits into or is affected by its environment. Motivation to change is an assessment of how enthusiastic employees are about managing the work of others. Another way to understand what it takes to be a manager is to look at the mistakes managers make. Here are the top 10 mistakes managers make. Here's a description of managerial responsibilities. Managers need to be concerned with efficiency and effectiveness in work process. Efficiency is getting work done with a minimum of effort, expense, or waste. Effectiveness is accomplishing tasks that help fulfill organizational objectives. The, transi- the transition to management after the first year can be kind of extreme. Here are some of managers' initial expectations after a year as a manager. Competitive advantage through people contend that what separates top performing companies from their competitors is the way they treat their workforce. In other words, their management style. Here are some management practices. Stephen Convoy was an American educator, author, businessman, and keynote speaker. He was a very successful businessman at that. Here are some quotes by him. And here's where I got my resources.